Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Nora, for the introduction and for organizing this event. At Danube Angels, we started, I think, the same journey as Tőkeportál 3 years ago when we have established an Austria, Vienna-based equity platform. All this business in Austria is very much at the beginning, I think, a little bit more advanced than in Czech Republic, Slovakia, and in Hungary, because we have one of these special laws, which Oliver mentioned before, which gives some kind of legal security for platforms. Let me share some main points about our platform. I think we all should learn from each other, and maybe for the one or the other investor as well as crowd operator, there is maybe something interesting in for you. So we are 3 partners. We come from the consulting business. My background is pretty much the same, I believe, as Nora. So we started all in the wild times when all the exchanges in the East started to operate. And my way led via Prague to Frankfurt and back to Vienna. So I'm more the financial guy. Jakob Hüttale is a lawyer. And Peter Helešits was born in Czech Republic and lives now in Vienna, and he's our expert on the business development side, helping young companies to develop and to do what Asim recommended, to make business development, show traction in order to convince also at the end investors. 3 years ago we started. We have a special focus on Central Europe. So we target companies from the German-speaking countries, Czech Republic, Hungary, and Slovakia. Why? First of all, it's our enlarged home. And secondly, we do see a lot of interaction between these markets where finance is needed, but also our support in the business development. To give you an example, the first company we worked with is Octagon, a Slovak producer of outdoor fitness parks. They have established themselves quite successfully in Slovakia as well as in Czech Republic. But the first, let's say, new market for them was selected with Austria, and they needed know-how, contacts, and finance. And all of these 3 components we were able to provide. So they are now doing like 5 times the turnover since we started with them, and so it's a very, very nice track record of how it can work. The same is valid for Austrian companies. They need to sell their product to Czech clients, to Hungarian clients, to German clients, and we are trying to help them likewise. As opposed to many other platforms operating in Austria, we have now I think 14 or 15. They all work on the basis of, from the financial instrument on mezzanine loans. I'm too long in the equity business to like it, so we are the equity advocates in Austria. It's sometimes hard to structure. It takes more effort to execute a transaction, but we strongly believe that only equity is the right financing model for a young and growing company. There has been some mentioning about democratization of investment and attracting funds which are now not in the economic circle. So we are part of this. We have the lowest lot size available in equity investment in our region. And we try to structure our campaigns with lot sizes of 1,000 euro. And we are investment advisors by law with the necessary license. And of course, we try to convince our investors to go with us in all the transactions with small amounts in order to spread the risk and at the end to have a nice performance. And what is also important, to start entrepreneurial investing. Nora knows it, and all other people from our region know it. We are not known as equity countries. Equity is something which is still suspicious to many people. So what we are doing is a little bit an outcry to promote equity. I'm doing this for 30 years with some successes and many fallbacks, and we are very committed to continue. some track record from our side. We are not a campaign fabric. It's not our goal to maximize the number of transactions. We work with 2, 3, 4 campaigns per year. That's also what we are going to continue in such a style. And the reason is that we're not only a platform, we want to work with the companies. And of course, we have the same financial constraints as every young company. So we are a team of 6. So we can manage only selected transactions. And that's how we would like to continue. Right now, we have an actual campaign, which you, of course, cordially invited to have a look on, danubeangels.com. It's an Austrian green tech company. There has been some mentioning about impact investing. I have to admit, it's not our primary mission. So we are sector agnostic. We are, apart from all the ugly stuff, of course. But in this case, it's a company recycling wastewater. And the charming thing is it's profitable business and still reducing 95% of precious drinking water. So if you're interested in some kind of such transaction, have a look at the webpage. We already adhere to all the legal standards, which Oliver mentioned before, which is planned for the future on a European base. In Austria, we have all these requirements already in place in our Alternative Finance Act. So on our webpage, you will see all these required documents. It's quite an effort to comply with all this. But on the other hand, we are allowed to offer it publicly, and we can invite everybody to such interesting vehicles. Regarding the impact issue, which is, I think, a little bit one of the important points of today's event. For me, it all comes back to the equity discussion. I believe the real impact, apart from all climate change and all things which have been mentioned already, but I believe if we manage to enable entrepreneurs to grow without interest rates, with the pure participation in the form of equity, I think that can make a real interesting and meaningful impact to the economic field. And we are starting in our region at a very, very low level. So I do hope, as for Danube Angels, as for all other platforms, and today, of course, very much for Tőkeportál, that we all find our niche, that we are able to attract investors, and that we can do our little part of impact to a sustainable and profitable future. In case of questions, feel free to ask them now or send me via chat questions. I'm very happy to enter discussions, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this event. Thank you very much.